So today's tip is going to be about the AAA dilemma. Hi, it's me, Linda Burhan, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. Today we're going to talk about the AAA dilemma, which is caregivers don't ask for help, they don't accept help, and they don't acknowledge themselves. I know you're saying, yeah. But this is what happens. Your neighbor comes over, someone in your family, your friend from church, and they ask the caregiver, what can I do to help you? And the caregiver says every single time, no, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm fine. And that's usually the furthest way from the truth. Now, I think the first thing is when somebody asks the caregiver, what can I do to help you? The caregiver thinks in their mind, oh, this is one more thing I got to put on my list. What can you do to help me? People can help you. Because if you keep saying no or I'm okay to every single person, this is what happens. They stop asking because they don't want to get in your space. They don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. And then every time the caregiver's at home at night crying, how am I going to do this? I have to do this all by myself. Well, you said no to everyone that wanted to help you. So I suggest that you sit down when you have a few minutes and make a list of some things that you can accept help with. You're not the only one that can mow the lawn. You're not the only one that can go to the supermarket. You're not the only one that can watch a TV show with your loved one. Just say when you have that list and someone comes, you can just show them the list and say, pick something. And I guarantee every time they're going to pick something because they want to help you. And I'll tell you something else. Sometimes them just coming over and spending an hour or two with your loved one could make a huge difference in your life. You know, I don't have to think about anything for an hour or two. My loved one is hanging out with somebody else. Because as much as you think you're the bomb caregiver and only you can do it, I think many times your loved one is saying underneath their breath, could you please give me a break and have someone else come over? So think about it. Make a list. People do want to help you. After my mom died, I was in the supermarket and a friend said to me one day, how you doing? And I said, I'm okay. And she said, I'm sick of hearing that from you, Linda. Excuse me? She said, I have to tell you, when you took care of your mom, you stole my joy. I said, what are you talking about? She said, every time I asked to help you, I could see you swimming in quicksand. And you just said, no, you were okay. And you know what? You never gave me an opportunity to meet your mom. A little painful, but it's the truth. So just think of something simple. Start with one simple thing. One of my caregivers said to me, you know, Linda, I've given up so much with my husband with his dementia, our activities, going out, doing things. But I want to go to church. But I can't take him to church because he's misbehaves. She said, so I finally got the nerve and I went over and I asked my neighbor who is Jewish, could you hang out with my husband when I go to church on Sunday? And he said, I would love to do that. She said, so I went to church that Sunday and I ran there and then I ran home. And when I got in the house, my neighbor and my husband were playing dominoes. And they said, we don't need you here right now. Go away. And every Sunday morning, she gets 3 hours to herself. And guess what? The neighbor is so happy to see her husband. And her husband is so happy to see the neighbor. So think about it. Tune in next week for another tip brought to you by Iron Quartz, where all they do is memory care. And have a delicious day.